Did you know jumbo squid can grow over 2 meters long and weigh more than 50 kilos? In this video, you'll see how these giant squid are carefully caught, cleaned, and turned into perfect rings and fillets inside high-tech processing plants. If you've ever wondered how those tender squid rings end up in your favorite dishes, this is the story behind it. At night, small fishing boats head out first. They rely on strong lights to lure jumbo squid to the surface. It's a traditional method where fishermen use hand-operated or semi-automatic jigging lines. Up close, it's even more fascinating. Automatic jigging machines pull squid up rapidly, one after another, squirting jets of water and ink as they're hauled in. The crew works non-stop, removing hooks and stacking the catch into chilled containers to keep it fresh for processing. Right after being caught, the squid is stored immediately in large ice holds, deep inside the boat's cold storage compartments. When the boat returns to port, workers haul the frozen squid up from the ice holds. It's heavy work. These squid can weigh anywhere from 10 to 30 kilograms each, and there are tons of them packed tightly together. The catch is transferred from the boat to the docks first by hand or with hooks, then with cranes for larger loads. As soon as the squid enters the plant, it goes through strict quality testing. Once approved, the squid moves to the cleaning and filleting section. Here, workers rinse off any remaining ice and seawater, scrubbing the surface clean before cutting. The filleting process is fast but precise. Skilled workers slice the body open, remove the internal organs, and cut the meat into thick, even fillets. Next, we move on to one of the most prized parts of the jumbo squid, the tentacles. The tentacles are quickly dipped into hot water or steam for a short time, usually less than a minute, to avoid overcooking. Now we move to the main processing of jumbo squid fillets, turning those large slabs of squid into the familiar rings and packaged products we see on the market. The large pieces are sliced into perfect circular rings. Precision cutting machines are often used to keep the thickness uniform, which is important for even cooking later. After this, the rings go through another washing stage before being placed into draining baskets, ready for blanching. Blanching is a key step. The squid rings pass through hot water or steam for a very short time on the conveyor, just enough to firm the texture and lock in freshness. Nothing goes to waste. Any leftover trimmings or small pieces are cut into smaller portions. Finally, all types of squid rings, fillets, and trimmings are weighed and packed. Vacuum-sealed or quick-frozen packaging is used to keep the squid fresh and preserve its texture. The finished packs are then stored in cold warehouses, ready for shipment to markets and restaurants worldwide. Rows of eel tanks stretch across the farm. Each one simulates the eel's natural habitat, dark, moist, and rich in oxygen. Crushed ice is added into the tanks. This helps reduce stress for the eels and keeps the water temperature stable. Countless eels slither together inside the tank. Their movement is smooth and synchronized, almost hypnotic to watch. A suction pipe gently moves the eels from one tank to another, minimizing human contact and avoiding injury. Workers begin sorting the eels by size and weight. This helps separate fast-growing ones from the rest for better feeding efficiency. Feed preparation begins. A mix of grains, fish meal, and supplements is blended into a soft, nutritious paste that eels love. Automated feed spreaders move slowly across the yard. With measured precision, they lay out uniform layers of food for the donkeys. Harvesting the smaller eels begins. Nets sweep gently through the water, collecting juveniles for transfer or sale. The larger mature eels are next. Their glossy bodies glisten as they are lifted from the water, ready for processing. Grooming is essential. Farmers brush their coats and file their hooves, keeping them clean, comfortable, and infection-free. At the factory, eels are sorted again, this time by automated systems that ensure consistent size and quality. The grading machine handles eels with precision, streamlining the process and reducing manual labor. A specialized machine makes a clean incision along the eel's belly, preparing it for gutting. Donkey hair is cleaned and processed for use in brushes or textiles. Nothing goes to waste on the farm. The eels enter a roasting conveyor line. Flames and heat work evenly, creating golden, aromatic grilled eel. Workers inspect each grilled eel. Only perfectly roasted ones are approved, those with crisp skin and tender meat. Eels are flash frozen to preserve their texture and flavor, locked in at the peak of freshness. Diners enjoy the final dishes. Tender, flavorful, and unique. Donkey meat is both a delicacy and a cultural experience. Boxes are loaded for delivery. From farm to factory, eel products begin their journey across the country. Finally, grilled eel is served on the table, tender, savory, and rich in tradition. A delicacy that speaks of patience and craft. Gecko farming is booming across Asia, turning these small reptiles into big business. Once valued only in traditional medicine, geckos are now farmed on a large scale for food, health supplements, and even international export. Gecko farming has become a growing business in many Asian countries, especially in Vietnam, Thailand, and Indonesia. Geckos are highly valued in traditional Chinese medicine. People believe they help treat asthma, boost energy, and improve overall health. In Asia, there are two main types of gecko farms. Small family farms usually raise 500 to 2,000 geckos in simple wooden or brick enclosures. Larger commercial farms, however, can raise 10,000 to 50,000 geckos at a time, often with controlled temperature and humidity to keep the animals healthy. Geckos are fascinating creatures. Watch this. The gecko is shedding its old skin. This process happens every few weeks as they grow. Geckos don't just leave the skin behind, they actually eat it, because it's full of nutrients and helps them stay healthy in the wild. But here's something even more interesting. Geckos can drop their tails. This is called autotomy, a natural defense mechanism. Within a few weeks or months, they can regrow a new tail, although it's often shorter. In farms across Asia, cockroaches are a favorite because they're easy to breed. Crickets are one of the most common foods for farmed geckos. They're high in calcium, perfect for strong bones and healthy growth. Farmers often scatter live insects like this, keeping the geckos active. They can also eat fruits. Breeding geckos is one of the most fascinating parts. During mating, you'll often see the male gently bite the female's neck to keep her still. Once fertilized, the female chooses a safe spot to lay her eggs, often sticking them firmly to walls or wooden surfaces. In farms, breeders provide special wooden trays like these to make egg collection easier. Once fertilized, the female chooses a safe spot to lay her eggs, often sticking them firmly to walls or wooden surfaces. In farms, breeders provide special wooden trays like these to make egg collection easier. And here's the best part. After about 60 to 90 days, depending on the temperature, tiny baby geckos finally hatch. These hatchlings are small but fully independent, ready to start hunting tiny insects from day one. Once the geckos are fully grown and ready for sale, farmers carefully collect them by hand and place them into breathable mesh sacks. Dozens of sacks filled with healthy geckos, all carefully packed to avoid injury. The sacks are then neatly loaded into crates for easier handling and shipping. After harvesting, many geckos are preserved by drying, a traditional method that has been used for centuries across Asia. First, the geckos are cleaned and prepared before being carefully laid out to dry. Take a closer look. You can see every detail of these dried geckos. Their skin becomes thin and crisp, and the body hardens, making them easy to store and transport. Farmers usually bundle them in tight bunches, ready for sale. Dried geckos are one of the most valued ingredients in traditional Asian medicine. In many places, especially in China, Vietnam, and Thailand, dried geckos are soaked in herbal wine, a practice that has been passed down for generations. This medicinal wine, known for its strong, earthy flavor, is believed to boost energy, improve lung health, and even increase vitality. In many Asian countries, they're also a unique delicacy. After being carefully processed, the geckos are cleaned and gutted, with their skin peeled off to prepare for cooking. From crispy fried gecko to gecko cooked with herbs or stewed with medicinal ingredients, these dishes are believed to be not only delicious but also packed with nutrients. From the peaceful walnut orchards to the busy factory floor, every walnut goes through an extraordinary journey. This is a story of innovation, care, and nature working together. In this video, we explore how farmers grow, harvest, and process millions of walnuts every year, revealing the secrets behind this nutritious nut. It starts with land preparation. Farmers till the soil, adding nutrients to ensure that the saplings will grow in optimal conditions, with the right moisture and drainage. An automated potting system takes over next. Soil is evenly filled into pots, ensuring consistency and reducing manual labor for the nursery workers. Once the seedlings are healthy and strong, they are taken out of the nursery, ready to be planted in the open field. A wide-angle view reveals rows of young walnut trees stretching across the farmland, a green carpet in the making. These trees take several years to mature. Once grown, they reach several meters tall and begin to produce clusters of green walnuts, wrapped in thick husks. As harvest season arrives, large mechanical harvesters are brought into the orchard, ready to collect the nuts in bulk. The harvester clamps onto the tree trunk and delivers a powerful shake. Within seconds, hundreds of walnuts drop to the ground like a wave. The shaking is timed perfectly to loosen ripe walnuts without damaging the tree. As more trees are shaken, the orchard floor becomes blanketed with fallen walnuts, ready for collection. Each machine moves quickly from one tree to another, maintaining high speed and efficiency throughout the process. This mechanical shaking technique has become standard in modern walnut farming, replacing labor-intensive hand-picking. The machine continues its rounds, ensuring every ripe walnut is knocked down for gathering. Giant blowers now enter the field, blowing the walnuts into neat rows to prepare for the next stage. These organized rows allow easier vacuum collection and minimize the time spent on gathering. Vacuum harvesters sweep across the lines, sucking the walnuts up into collection units. The nuts travel quickly through tubes, creating a continuous stream into the machinery. They fall into large bins, ready to be loaded for transport to the factory. Trucks are filled with bins and drive directly to the processing facility. The harvest is massive. Each truck carries thousands of kilos of walnuts, a year's hard work coming to fruition. At the processing facility, the walnuts are unloaded and transferred to the first step of cleaning. Machines remove the thick green husk from each walnut, revealing the hard brown shell inside. A sorting system scans the nuts and removes any that are moldy, cracked, or unfit for sale. The cleaned walnuts are then dried to reduce moisture. This step is essential to preserve flavor and extend shelf life. Walnuts pass through air classifiers and vibrating filters to remove dust and smaller debris. They are now ready to be packed into bags for storage or distribution. Clean walnuts are moved to a temporary holding area before entering the main storage warehouse. Inside the large warehouse, temperature and humidity are carefully controlled to protect the nuts. Walnuts may be held here for days or weeks, depending on demand and processing schedules. Before packaging, a final quality inspection ensures only premium nuts move forward. The selected walnuts are carefully filtered, ensuring consistency in size, weight, and color. Packaged in durable bags, these walnuts are labeled and sent to markets around the world. Some of the packaged nuts remain in shell, while others move on to cracking. The in-shell walnuts are cracked using precision machines to extract whole kernels. Kernels are separated from shell fragments using vibrating sieves and air blowers. At this point, the kernels are sorted by size and inspected for quality one more time. Premium walnut kernels are selected for retail packaging, ready for supermarket shelves. Any remaining shell debris is removed through final screening.